2011 was another amazing year at Denver Botanic Gardens. For one thing, we topped 800,000 visitors for the second year in a row. That makes us the 5th most visited botanic garden in North America. In 2011, what we really did was celebrate two different elements that came together so beautifully. It was Native Roots in Modern Form. That was the name of our exhibit, but it really could sum up so much of what we've been through over the last several years. We took our native roots, these incredible gardens, over 50 individual gardens throughout this 24-acre campus, and then the amazing work being done down at Chatfield, not to mention Mount Goliath. We took these and really made sure that our horticulture was at 100%. After a few years of big transformation and construction, it was important to make sure we got back to these native roots and these incredible plants, because they really are the entire point of our institution. We added to our history as well using native roots by looking at Chatfield and seeing an addition to that whole community down there of historic buildings, where we have the Hildebrand Ranch and the Green Farm Barn and the amazing Deer Creek Schoolhouse. And we added a new visitor center named after one of our founders who left us a wonderful gift years ago. We put it to good use and opened up the Earl J. Cinnamon Visitor Center down at Chatfield. It fits so beautifully into that setting. People have been asking how many years it's been there. Is it an historic building? The architecture is absolutely spot on. In 2011 was also a year where we took a whole nother step in our research and conservation program. We're beginning to get contracts from, extended contracts from the federal government and institutions throughout the United States, where we're doing such new scientific groundbreaking work using our new conservation genetics laboratory, so that we can really see if a plant is hybridizing out of existence or if it's exactly the same plant or a whole different species that we're looking at. This is going to be so helpful long term, this brand new laboratory, and it's already attracting additional grants from other higher educational institutions as well as the federal government and beyond. We also opened up a brand new tissue culture lab, which helps us with propagation of plants that are very difficult. We have teams that have been throughout the world in this last year, in 2011, going to Argentina and again to Central Asia, bringing back tissue culture that we are then able to propagate in that laboratory, so that we can really see if some of these plants are good options for a place like Colorado. One of the great examples of looking long-term at the gardens is the Mordecai Children's Garden, which had its first full season in 2011. Because of the generosity of Janet Mordecai, we also had to think about the sustainability of that garden. She gave us a challenge grant. We've now raised money to match it, and we start off 2012 with an endowment that will sustain the Mordecai Children's Garden, its programming, its education, and its horticulture for years to come. Interestingly, one of the most important projects that took place in 2011 is something the public will never really see, and that is intensive work throughout the institution on a policy and procedures manual. I know how that sounds. It sounds bureaucratic, it sounds like all the rules and regulations. Well, that's true, because this is an historic institution with a lot of property, and we wanted to have in one place all the rules, all the policies, all the best practices, all the lessons learned from 60 years that could inform the future about how to run this institution. So it's important for us to fully understand, describe, and give to the next generation of people who will be running these gardens a blueprint of where everything is and how everything works. One of the most exciting new additions in 2011 was a very deliberate outreach, really all over the country, but very specifically all the counties that make up the SCFD, the Scientific Cultural Facilities District, where we are reaching out to local communities, helping them understand horticultural and botanical issues. We have our own Panayoti Kaladis, who's on television once a week giving tips and hints about plantings and horticulture. So no matter where you turn, even if it's walking down in your own community to the town square or some new project that is being developed, chances are Botanic Gardens has had some communication, some relationship with your community. What we've done in 2011 is set a stage for extraordinary new opportunities in 2012. We can already see what they look like. We just need to now experience them. We know that our membership is strong and will continue to grow. We know that attendance is strong, but we also know that in the near term, research, conservation, the arts, our historical work here is going to grow and grow and grow and really place Denver Botanic Gardens with historic roots firmly into the future.